Hello, children. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Hi, neighbors. We're. Oh, I guess it's time for lunch. Yes. This is our get together. This is me starting a new idea. It's seeing if we can't offer. Whoops, gotta just mute that. Offer personal readings to people for lunch. Have you ever gone to one of these ladies' luncheons? I guess gentlemen go to them too. It's always fun when you go to ladies' luncheons and there's two or three guys there looking embarrassed because they liked the subject and they wanted to hear it. And there are a certain group of men that love ladies' luncheons. And I love those guys, and they always show up, and they just love to show up at the ladies' luncheon and hear the lecture. And sometimes when you have these luncheons, they'll have like a guest, a tarot reader, a tarot reader or something like that. Oh my, get my water set up here. Oops, gonna scoot this way. How is everybody? How's the stream looking? We're going live directly to YouTube because unfortunately Restream still doesn't work. Oh my God, I got a frog in my throat. So I'm excited. I'm going to be in Merida, Mexico, June 10th. That'll be really exciting. Oh my goodness. Yes, Merida, Mexico. I hear it's going to be hot, hot, hot. So I don't imagine I'll actually live in Merida, but I am curious. And of course, I'll still be working. My phone works in Mexico. So, and it's really hot between like 1 and 3 p.m. So, like noon. So what I'm doing with my schedule as a reader is that I'm just working during the hot hours. Like 1 to 6 p.m. I'm open to do readings, and then I'll go out at night and have some tacos. But yeah, I mean, if it's too hot to work, I'm just scheduling readings. So my readings while I'm in Mexico, my readings are going to be a little shorter. Instead of starting at 9, they'll start at noon to 6 p.m. if you guys want to come see me as a reader. No, my phone works in Mexico. I have Mexican Canadian free calling. So nothing's changed. It's just that if you're, excuse me, if you're used to coming to see me at 9 a.m., especially if you're on the East Coast, just know, gotta get some hair or something. Something is setting me up. Oh, goodness. You see all that hair from Mila? The problem is that she rubs against this thing and then I inhale her hair. It's gotten a lot better. I've just been deep cleaning, and I think deep cleaning is really going to help a lot. Yeah. Anyway, so how is everybody doing? Talk to me. How's your love life? How is who's Inna? Doctors are worried about Inna. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Darlene. So we're going to go ahead. We'll do the impasse prayer. I got a little bit of a tickle in my throat. Hopefully it'll clear. And then if you guys want a reading, we're doing 1-card readings for lunch. Donations welcome. It'll cover my cost for my trip. God, I got a hair in my throat. Excuse me. Oh my God, I inhaled a hair. That's the problem with this microphone, is that I sometimes will inhale a hair. Oh, Oh my goodness. Got in my throat. Oh, I'm much better now. Oh my goodness. Well, if I move to Mexico and I get like a gated area, Mila is from there. Mila is from East LA. So she's been a little depressed and she's gotten fatter since being in Portland because it's cold and she doesn't like to go out on the deck if it's cold. So it's not her natural habitat. Domestic cats come from domestic cats come from Egypt, right? They were domesticated to protect the grain stores. They were the protectors. And you go to the Middle East, they don't like dogs because dogs brought rabies, and rabies is a big problem still to this day in many parts of the Middle East. They still have rabies. And so that's why there are prohibitions in the Quran. Don't let a dog's saliva get on your skin. It was medical, but the people forgot. Well, the people didn't understand the medicine because people didn't understand rabies is a disease. They just knew that people got sick from rabid dogs, and they brought sickness. So they became frightened of dogs, right? Because they knew they brought this disease. And uh, but cats were protectors. So everywhere you go in Egypt, there's this symbiotic relationship between people and cats. People are always feeding the cats because it started off as this symbiotic relationship. You take care of us, we take care of you, kind of a thing. Well, it's kind of neat, right? Hi, Harmony. Hi, Sandy, Susan, Sadeka. Interesting. Saint. Sadik is a saint. All right, so we're already getting some personal questions here. Today we're doing personal readings. This is our ladies and gentlemen's luncheon. We will be allowing personal readings. I'm raising money for my trip to Mexico. All right, let's do it. Personal readings day. This should be fun. Okay. I want to call on white light protection for myself and this community as we ask permission from Spirit to access the Akashic records. We call on our spirit guides and our good angels to be with us. Please give us the clarity and the wisdom that is needed to empower all of us on our journeys to make the best decisions for ourselves, our families, the planet, the people we love, but also to help those that we may have strife with. And together, collectively, as a community, we say, Amen. May all souls be healed. All right, let's start with the first questions here to find out. You live in Rotan, Darlene. Well, where is Rotan? I don't know where that is, but that sounds kind of cool. All right, Sadeka has a question regarding her relationship with her husband, Abdul. I love those names. Where are you from? Those names are really nice. Saintly. Your name in Hebrew means a saintly woman, Sadeka. Isn't that nice? She's a saintly woman. Well, maybe God doesn't want your husband to come back because he's not good enough for you. Maybe Hashem, maybe God. Are you Ethiopian Jewish? Those names are like what we see in Ethiopian Jewish community. Anyway, listen, my feeling is if this guy doesn't know what he has in you, maybe God is sending a better man. And maybe God could not send a good man to you until he sent the bad man away. But let's find out. I want to know more about your story, Sadeka. What does Spirit want Sudeikis to know? First thing about her and her husband, it's in the grave. You should not wait for this man to return. And if you sit and wait, you will be wasting your life. You are in the grave praying. You must start your life again without him. He's growing. He's off on his own adventure. Your husband is off on his own adventure. You're confused. You don't know what happened to him because you thought you had. It's not something that you did wrong. You did create a nice home for him. That's not what the problem was. Oh, there's your husband. Your husband cannot treat you as if it's an open door and a full refrigerator. You will leave your husband because of his psychological poverty. You will leave him. He's back and forth, possibly between two women, two of pentacles. He's juggling two. I believe he has a mistress. I'm sorry. I don't always like being a remote viewer. It's not always fun. Sometimes you tell people things they don't want to hear. There's your contract. There's your marriage contract. You know what? He doesn't even share his money with you. He goes off and does whatever he wants. He's got a new girl. He goes off and makes money and doesn't share it with you. And this is a selfish person. You must make yourself a priority and you must start doing business for yourself and you must cut the cord with this man because all he does is use you as an open refrigerator, even that he doesn't want anymore. I see him with another person and I see you not knowing what he's doing, and I see him also doing things possibly with money and business and keeping it from you. And so for that reason, you are at the mercy of this person. You must cut cords, move on, save yourself, start a business, take care of you because this man is a parasite. I'm sorry, but that's what I see. You don't need him. And furthermore, I believe you will divorce him. Sorry, I'm sorry for what's happened. Next question is coming up for Sandy. Hi, Sandy, my love. She's thinking of selling her older RV and buying a new, smaller one. Ooh, how fun is that? Okay, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Maybe you'll take me with you. Maybe we'll go to Florida. I really want to go to Florida and experience those safaris in Florida, the Florida safari. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's Africa. Florida is Africa. You know, it's similar. Ooh, you're growing tremendously and you're getting back into your life, and that's exactly what you need to be doing. The other thing is while you can move, while you can be out there, it's important for you to see as much of the world. I like your attitude, Sandy. They say you have a new job coming. If you want to do this with the RV, go ahead. The big thing, though, is you may not be able to be as free as you think because you've got new financial opportunities and a new job coming your way that could potentially prevent you from doing as much traveling as you like. You got a Page of Pentacles moving in. That's work. If you thought you were retired, a lot of people think they're retired and then they find out, wait a minute, I'm still young. And then 60 is young. People are living past 100 now. What are you going to do? Be retired for 40 years? 40 years retired? That's ridiculous. Work. People don't die anymore. I mean, like, they now are curing cancer with immunologics. Thank God one of my dearest friends, she had cancer. We thought she wasn't long for this world. They put her on these medications. She's like, I've got so much energy and it's like working. And she's like recovering. She got her life back. So my feeling is don't retire until, you're ready to drop dead. Keep making money, man. I like these glasses too. These are the ones that made me famous on Saturday Night Live when they did the funny thing on Whimsy. They did a little character sketch on me, and they used these glasses. It was pretty funny. I can't remember the name of the comedian. She was in the Barbie show. She played the broken Barbie, or the Barbie that had all the, yeah. She did a little skit of me, and I rather enjoyed it. Yes, and she had the glasses and the scarf, and she was talking about being a whimsy, and it was really great. All right. Wendy C wants to know about the sale of her mother's house. Mhm. Sale of her mother's house. Ooh, yeah, you need to sell the house. Eight of Swords would indicate that, you're tied up financially in this house. You got to go house. People are looking at it. There's a lot on the market right now. Um, and the feeling is that there are a lot of parasites coming in, vultures, because you've got that hermit coming in, picking, picking, picking. What's the cheapest I can get this? These could be professional people coming in, and not necessarily families that want flee like a thief. Yes, you're selling the house. Three of Pentacles is real estate card. It's also a 3-week period. Keep focusing on doing everything you can to promote and get the house out. You want to sell this thing so fast, like, be careful you get a good offer, but I think it could sell within the next 3 weeks. Hmm. Yeah, Wendy. Yeah, three of Pentacles is 3 weeks. It's also a real estate card, so that's really auspicious. Yeah, you just have to focus on doing it as fast as possible. Like, all right, next question is coming from Kami. I would like to know if I will receive news about my late brother's investigation anytime soon, and how do we donate? Oh, there's just a cash thing down here if you want to give a donation for the readings. And yeah, it's much appreciated. Okay, let's see what's going on with Comey's brother's investigation. Oh, take care of yourself, your own healing. So you are a good brother. You are a good brother. This is what your brother is saying to you. Your late brother wants you to know you're a very good brother, but you must take care of yourself. You're also doing well by your family. You're an ethic, you're trying to do what's right here. Regarding issues of money and confusion about money, there is some money here I'm seeing. Um, there's something about money here regarding your brother. You will get success in the next 6 months over this issue, and there's a new beginning. You're there are people that attempted to harm your brother financially, or there's something here, or trying to suppress an investigation, but they will not be successful, and it will be resolved for you within 6 months. You can see the 6 months card moving in, victory within 6 months over the issue of the authority, anger about not being able to control the situation with that Knight of Swords. But you can see a new beginning sometime around spring of 2026. We have that nice spring energy coming in. Give it about 6 months. Thank you for your question. Yeah. You fell asleep, Valerie. Oh my goodness. You drifted off around 1:30. Oh my goodness. Kim, will I continue with my pet sitting business or move forward with something else? Pet sitting sounds really cool. Pet sitters or something else. Let's see. Four of Swords, Two of Cups. Hopes and fears. You don't have to give it up, but I think you're going to do something that is in addition to the pet sitting. I mean, you could start your own company so that you have other pet sitters working under you, and then you become the owner of a pet sitting company or something like that. But Six of Wands would indicate victory over the next 6 months. Right now, you're doing some deep concentration. You've also got some opportunities coming your way with the Two of Cups. Hopes and fears whether you should let it go. I don't think you should let it go. I think you're going to diversify, and I think you're going to add on to what you're already doing, and I think it's going to be profitable. Give it 6 months. Good question. Terry Gallant. Oh, I wanted to say if you become a member of the channel, we get together on Saturdays and offer free readings to members on the weekends if you like getting free readings. Just mini readings. It's our spa day. We get together for like an hour and a half. We do our nails, that sort of thing. It's like Saturdays at the spa, ladies taking care of themselves, gentlemen too, and getting readings. Yes. Terry Gallant, since I live only on Social Security, I really do the bad ceiling around them. My electric bill was $1,500 a month. No, $500 a month. I have been trying to somehow be able to get new windows. Existing organizations is what they're saying. So, like Habitat for Humanity may have something available. Sometimes they get donations for things, windows, etc. So, if you can get things discounted through something like Habitat for Humanity, and they may be able to give you the phone number of somebody to put them in that's affordable. But this is through inheritance or connections, possibly through organizations like Habitat for Humanity, which has everything you need for a house. I visited their stores. You're you're wiped out because you're not getting any emotional support, Terry. You're on your own, and when you're on, you have to learn to ask for help and not just be by yourself. I mean, this is somebody who, Terry, is maybe feeling like you're overwhelmed by life. Isolation and not getting enough support from other people, and that ultimately is the difficulty. It's not just about the electric bills or the windows. It's about the fact that these things are happening to you and you're not getting the support you need, and that's ultimately what the reading is about. So my feedback to you is that you should find communities and support and not be so isolated. And if you did that, you would be able to deal with a lot of your problems. This is just loneliness, isolation, and feeling like you have to do it all on your own, and you don't. You don't have to be. You don't have to be doing it on your own. Ask for help, seek assistance, find out who's out there, find out, and also join groups like Do It Yourself, and you'll make friends, and yeah, and overcome this challenge of disappointment. Harmony. When will this crazy cycle for me end? Pamela. Who's Pamela? I don't really understand this question. Oh, your name is Pamela? No. When will the crazy cycle for you end? Ooh, when you decide to become, yeah, I see what you're saying here. So you have to get very firm about what you want to do. Yeah, it's all about wands, which is about territory, discipline, and establishing territory and putting energy towards the direction you want to go. is what they're recommending, Harmony. Hmm. Oh, the first deal fell through, Wendy? Oh, sorry to hear that. 47. No, I'm not doing readings. Oh, this is just a luncheon. We're getting together. We're just doing personal readings. Thank you, Sandy, for the donation. That's appreciated. Will my sister-in-law and I get along? I hope so. I hope so. When will my okay, Sabrina Fell is next. Ten of Pentacles, just be friendly, but, Ten of Pentacles is family secrets. It's trying to be a little bit, it is inheritance. The opposite, Six of Cups, he really likes her. He really cares about this person. Hopes and fears, good stars. And then the final outcome is she could leave him if she feels abused or mistreated. So she's worried about being abused or mistreated. Also, economic and financial problems. These are problems that have nothing to do with you, Sabrina. So instead, I would just be nice and supportive and let them deal with their personal issues on their own. And remember, we are only an extra in their marriage. We don't need to make ourselves the star of the show. So just be friendly and nice and let them do what they got to do. The first year of marriage is always rough, right? Okay, let's see what's going on here. That was for Sabrina. Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, Kim Kalia has her own pet sitting business. How wonderful. That sounds like a great job. Oh, you like my singing? How sweet. Brenda Stouffer is in the house. Hi, Brenda Stouffer. Stouffers, nothing comes closer to home. Are you related to those folks? They must be rich. Do you see my move to another state this year? Thank you. Your move to another state. Ten of Pentacles is coming to you. Think in terms of what is best for you, your family, your legacy. Think about going where you love. Go where you feel good, where you think your life is going to be extended. I see major changes in your life, and they're saying to go back to the things that you love. So if that is what you love, go there. It's a huge change in your life, and it has to do a lot with returning back to those things which bring you joy. So if that is going to bring you joy, then the answer is yes. That is exactly what you should do. Laura, the tree talker. I talk to trees too. You started your own YouTube channel in December as a psychic reader, and I want to know if it will be successful. Well, you're a psychic. No, I'm just kidding. You're a psychic. Laura, the tree talker, is a psychic. We all need to go over there and check out her channel. Yeah, Laura, get you a little free business there. Laura, the tree talker. Yeah, we'll check you out. It's a lot of fun, isn't it? I love being a reader. Laura's future. Ooh, it's a lot of hard work. People are often not prepared for the amount of work it takes to be successful, like on YouTube, or it's that people put in 16-hour days, constantly editing and promoting and researching, but it's a lot of work. So it will succeed to the degree to which you put energy into it, Laura. Your opposition, people could be using algorithms or business or hiring agents to promote their company, which puts you out of the algorithm as a new channel. So it's territorial and it's business. Sometimes people have to advertise. Final outcome for you is heartbreak. So it could be frustrating. It's a really big market and there's a lot of work here. I see. Um, I see you getting a new job. A new job is coming into your future. And you'll be torn between whether or not to take this job or to continue as a reader. I would think about doing both because it takes a long time to build up your private practice and to as a reader. And if you're willing to do the work, you will succeed. But don't be upset if it's harder than you thought, and consider taking another side job while you build your business. It's hard, yeah. I've been doing this for about 7 years. The channel used to be private, just for my friends. So yeah, it's just just you'll find your people. All right, Alana Davis, can I afford this new endeavor of mine? Can we ever? Can we ever afford the endeavors we um, we engage in? Who knows? Let's take a look. Your endeavor, whatever you endeavor to do, yes. It's your karma. So you have to think about it in terms of karma and whether or not you want to break out of your current situation. Also, always think in terms of health and healing. Work with others who are like minded. You will get your wish regarding this endeavor. Um, and it's a lot of work, and I see you potentially moving. Also, for some reason, I think that it's related to something like what you would see in Sedona. But there's a lot of competition, and it's all about customer service too. But I see you possibly moving over this thing you're doing, Alana. Yeah. Um, yeah. Oh, yeah, we did Aldana. Okay. Kim Kalia, well, I have a few more questions. We can book a set. Yes. Feel free to come in and see me. You can book through Booksy, and then I'll just call you. It's real simple. You just book, and then I call you at the appointed time. Unless you're outside the country, in which case it's better for you to call me through WhatsApp, so I don't get stuck with the bill. Oh, thank you, Cami. That was nice. Thank you for the donation. Oh, you don't interfere? Yeah. Yeah, just be friendly and supportive and don't take it personally because they're going through financial issues and all kinds of other issues. So it's got nothing to do with you. Hi, Wendy C. Welcome to Fair. We have a new fairy and angel. Oh, we have a new angel. To the new angels. I don't know. Does that sound like anything? We always like to play a little song. And then we always like to ask the person when they become a member, are you a fairy or are you an angel? I used to know how to do it. I used to know how to do these a little bit. Hot cross buns. Remember we learned that one? One a penny. Oh my goodness. I'm doing great. I I'm excited about my trip to Mexico, and I'm sad to be losing this apartment. You know, it's a great apartment. It's just if I could take this apartment and move it to a neighborhood that's a little bit less, and anyway. James Lee, can I afford it? Probably. What are the additional insurance expenses? I didn't even understand the question, James. I don't know. Can you afford what? Can you afford it? Probably. What about the additional insurance expenses? Let's take a look. If James can afford it with additional insurance expenses, whatever it is. The star, Two of Cups, Karma, hanging it up. I don't think you need to purchase anything at this time. I would say, James, that they're saying that now focus on your interpersonal relationships and hold off on maybe purchasing at this time any major purchases. You have this good star over you and you have the development of these new relationships and karma, but they're also saying to hang up major, like if you're spending money or you're investing in things, James, as a replacement for your interpersonal relationships, they want you to be aware of that. Well, I don't have a partner, so I think I'll go buy an expensive car. That is what I think about when I go into your reading, James. Instead of spending money, they're saying focus on your interpersonal relationships because that could ultimately be what you need, what needs to be fed. Sometimes we replace interpersonal relationships with buying a car, buying a house, buying a this, buying a that. And instead, we should be focusing on interpersonal relationships, love, star, and soulmates. And then the final outcome is to hang it up would indicate um, your focus is you would be happier if you focused on relationships. My violin, well, let me show you since we've done the questions. Here is my violin. Yes, I've been learning. Right now, I don't practice as much as I should, but I do practice. Hold on. There's this one that I really love. Is this it? Is this it? There's a couple that I really like. I love this one. I'll do one more. And then I'll go back to giving you guys readings. Raggle Taggle Gypsies. Did you enjoy that? Irish music, my dears. Irish. Yes, I'm convinced they're the lost tribe. Yes. I just very attracted to the whole Irish genre music. The whole there's just something very. My ex-husband was like that too. He loved Scottish music and Irish music, and we had an Orthodox Jewish wedding, and and then after the ceremony, we danced. We danced an Irish jig. It was kind of funny, and we had a cellist there. That was kind of funny. The rabbi thought it was pretty funny, just because we just love the music so much. Yeah, Orthodox wedding with Irish jig music. It was great. All right. So hopefully that helped you, Jamie. Hope we gave you some clarity there. Hi, Kelsey. Uh, James says, I could really benefit from personal relationships. And yes, I bought a nice car last summer. Yeah, James. So what they're saying here, when I went into I go into semi-trance when I work. So what I felt when I went into your energy, because people give me permission, if you ask, you're giving me permission to go in, was that I felt like things were a longing, and the longing was really about, Mexican villages. Everybody's laughing and singing. They don't need a lot of money. They just need a lot of friends, right? So that's kind of where my energy went with you, James. So I hope that gave you some clarity. Sabrina Fell. I think it's awesome that we learn music. Yeah, I it was a little flat because my fingering was off because I haven't warmed up yet today. Usually you want to warm up so that your fingers know where everything is, and then you can play. But I just went straight. Ireland's got to be one of the lost tribes. If you're Jewish and you know what I'm talking about, it's it's just such beautiful music, and it's just so. That was like a funeral piece for a traveling, and they're travelers. They're travelers. They roam the traveling Irish, right? They can't be tamed and conquered by the English, right? So it's that same, always needing to roam and and being dedicated to family and music and the arts. And I thought, wow, it kind of remind me of my people. Yeah. So in answer to, what the overriding theme is with people's readings today, I think it's about the fact that people are feeling overwhelmed, isolated, and maybe we all feel like we're not getting the help and support we need. Like my friend Kay came over and kept me company when I was cleaning the house. She didn't actually help me clean the house. She was more like the cheering squad while I was like, "Ugh, I got all this stuff I need to do." She's like, well, I could come over and keep you company. I'm like, yes, Kay, come over and keep me company. So, you know what? I got 3 hours of work done, and I didn't even realize that 3 hours had passed because Kay was telling me She was telling me the greatest stories. I was so entertained, and I was able to get a lot of work done. So that was wonderful. Yes, King David had red hair, and there's a lot of redheads in Ireland. Uh, that's one of the theories. Was it's so weird. You wonder what the heck, where our people come from. Like, I did my DNA, and I had almost no Ashkenazi DNA. So I'm like, hey, I'm not Jewish. Great. I can go eat non-kosher food and date non-Jewish people. And I thought about all these things I could do. Well, maybe I'm not Jewish because I don't have a lot. Maybe my mother got it wrong. And then I got contacted by the Sephardic Heritage Association. The Sephardim are the Jews that went to Spain they immigrated to Spain with the Moors. And they're like, yeah, your DNA goes back to the Sephardim of. I'm like, oh man, now I really can't get out of this. I'm like imprinted, because that's the oldest Jewish lineage that we have, is the Sephardim coming out of. They're like, yeah, your DNA goes back to North Africa. So like that's like the exile and Egypt, and it's just like, well, I don't look that Egyptian. I don't look Sephardic, but yeah, my DNA on my maternal line is Sephardic, Spain, North Africa. There's no get. I cannot escape the tribe. I cannot escape. Being a member of a tribe is a matrix, isn't it? I was thinking about that the other day. It's like, to be a member of a tribe, you may not like being a part of the tribe, but you cannot get out of it. Well, I'm going to go and join another tribe, or I'm going to go and do it. Doesn't really work because it's something that's very deep in you. It's like me deciding the family was going to do a DNA thing because I've got British I've got a lot of British. I'm like half British. So I thought, well, I got a lot of things in me. And then, and the maternal, Judaism is maternal, whoever your mother's. And so when the DNA came back, I was like, man, I am so deep in this matrix. This is something so ancient. My ancestors have been doing this for a long time. They've been Jewish for a very long time. So I do believe that. I think that we connect with our ancestors, because my family was pretty assimilated. We weren't the most religious people in the world, and yet, despite how assimilated we were, we kept getting pulled back to the tribe, to the energy, to the community. And yeah, I believe that. I think there's just something, and I'm sure it's the same for other tribes, Dakota Sioux, or they go to the big city to work with the white guy, but they're still going to be part of the tribe. It takes a lot to separate us from our ancestors, I think. Oh, they were redheads too? There is they say the tribe of Judah is red. We've talked about the archetypes quite a bit, and David was red, and David comes from the line of Judah and the house of Judah, and that is the King of Wands. And the King of Wands, or the Lion of Judah, the Queen of Judah, is always personified as red. The fire, the red, also associated with Chango, and Chango is also fire and red. And Chango is the earliest archetype we have, actually, of the King of Wands. That's archetype goes back at least 8,000 years. Um, yeah, so that's the lion of the red that you guys are talking about, which is the mark of the tribe of Judah, was that the redheads, right? The redheads, the Beavis family, right? You guys know the Beavis family that had passed, all those gorgeous redheads. But Yeah, it's it's kind of, yeah, it was very sad what happened. Um, they were in villages, and unfortunately, they kidnapped the Beavis family. They tore the children apart with their hands. That's how psychotic they were on drugs. They killed her. They tore them apart. It was a terrible story, but a lot of yeah, God, it's just horrible. Um, that was the October 7th massacres. So yeah, so a lot of people think about that when they think about like the redheads, the Jewish tradition, and a lot of what's going on right now. Yeah, but yeah, King David was a redhead. This is something fun via New York Times breaking news. Musk calls Trump's signature bill an abomination that will swell the deficit. Do you guys feel that there's a falling out now with Trump and Musk, and that it's unlikely that we're going to see it repaired? What's the problem that he has with the signature bill? Do you think? Yeah, the DNA that we did, it went back thousands. That's the thing. I mean, it can go back to our Spanish, like we found our Spanish maternal line, and um, it's a very rare DNA, and it's found predominantly in Sephardic Jews. So that was kind of interesting to have that. Let's find out about this thing with Musk. We're doing anything you like, personal readings, and we're doing political readings, and yeah, Musk. His time in the White House has definitely come to an end. It's interesting that we would get this kind of positioning of a karma card for him in the first house. It could indicate that it's the beginning of the end for him, or that he reaped what he sowed in terms of his karma, right? Huh, somebody's going after him. So the other thing that's coming up is that there's some kind of a retaliation that's going on, which I think is kind of interesting. He's really afraid of the presidency. I think that he felt like he could control Trump because he had all this uh, money that he was pouring in, so he could be cocky and arrogant. But what he didn't anticipate was that once Trump got into the White House, he would no longer be needed, and there would be other people advising the president. So what's happened is that he's been pushed out by other people, and this would inevitably make, I would think, Musk be pretty angry. He probably feels like a victim. I paid all this money to make you the president, and look what you've done to me. So this is a guy that perpetually sees himself as the victim. He doesn't see himself as in any way accountable for what's happening to him. He's going to expose Trump. He's going to use his power to turn on Trump and to expose Trump. This is a very interesting thing that's going to happen between the two of them, because the sun is over the situation. The truth, yeah, he's going to start exposing things. Well, this guy, he's going, you know, Elon is dangerous because he's got a platform, and if he doesn't like you, he could make your life pretty darn unhappy. So far, he has not attacked me, thank God. He or his cronies, thank God. Um, but yeah, if he decides he doesn't like somebody, he will send his people after you. And He's. I think that Elon is going to try and get well. I think that he's gone too far. You know, starving children to death in Africa. At that point, you lose me. I don't care what kind of unhappy childhood you had. We all had unhappy childhoods, but when you start starving out, it's 12 cents to keep a kid from. I mean, like at that point, I'm out. I have no sympathy for you whatsoever. But I think that what I also see here is that it's very likely Elon Musk will get into rehab, just because health becomes a major issue for him. Yeah. Yeah, your father has red hair. Very nice. Clammy would like to move out to North Carolina. Well, let's look, Clemmy. Let's look at whether you should move out to North Carolina. I hear it's a great part of the world. Sometimes you want to go to the states that nobody's living in, like um, Arkansas is considered a beautiful state, but nobody knows it. So that might be a cheap place where you can go and get some land because nobody knows how great Arkansas is. And as long as nobody knows how great Arkansas is, we're going to be able to get cheap, affordable land in Arkansas. But Arkansas is considered one of the most beautiful states. I know people that have driven through Arkansas and said, "Oh my God, and everywhere you turn, it's beauty." And yet nobody goes to Arkansas. So if you've heard the buzz about a great place in Mexico or a great place in the United States, you can be sure everybody else has heard about it and it's been saturated. But what hasn't been saturated yet is Arkansas. If you love nature, which I do, and if you want to be out in the beauty of nature, undisturbed, spiritual, mountains, rivers, streams, forest, you name it, then the place is Arkansas. All right, let's take a look. Good, don't go to Arkansas. That's the point. If you want beauty and you want to still be able to afford a place in the United States, go where nobody else is going, Arkansas, right? Really great weather. You're confused about, you don't know where to go, Clemmy. You've got you're verklempt. Clemmy's verklempt. We got to help Clemmy figure out where to live because she's verklempt. You're confused, Clemmy. You got a moon card in your seventh house. Oy. So you're a little bit, I don't know, you're a little lost. So what I would do is I would start to, if I were you, Clemmy, I would make a list of what I need to live to 120. What do you need to live to 120? And that's where you should go. Like I need clean air because y'all know I got so many allergies and everything. So I'm looking at a place that has 100%, it's clean, it's got really good oxygen saturation, etc. Because those things will impact my life expectancy. A lot of my family has died from uh, lung diseases. My sister died of lung disease. My parents smoked, so my lungs are not good. I know my weak organ is my lungs, so I'm going to go where the air is good, right? So we have to think in terms of what is best for us, Clemmy. And so for you, they're saying the main issue is to figure out what it is you need in order to become happy, and whether and then you can make a commitment. The other thing that's coming up for you, Clemmy, is that you cannot give a commitment to something until you feel safe. And right now, you don't feel safe. You're completely confused. Well, I have no idea what to do. Your opposition is your wish is just a step away, but you may not know how or what you need. Final outcome for you is get to the truth of who you really are and be honest about what you need to be happy, and then you will find the way. The clarification card for you is that the sun is coming out. By this summer, you'll have a clear direction about where you need to go. Think in terms of humidity. Like, I thought, well, maybe I'll move to Merida because it has good air quality. But the problem is that the humidity is 70%, and I can't do it. So you have to look at everything. You can use supercomputers to figure it out, but you want to look at every aspect of your life that you need. You need friends, or you need solitude, or you need this. What's the temperatures? Are you looking for the beach? Or are you looking for the mountains? Are you looking for hot? Or are you looking for cold? What do you need for optimal health? What's your favorite food? Do you need to have street tacos 3 times a week? No. The point is that find what you need in order to create heaven on earth for yourself, and also give yourself permission in order to be happy. Valerie F. says that, the problem right now with this presidency, and I think in all presidencies, is that you have all these strong personalities that are competing, right, for power. Clemmy wants a part-time job. Yeah, I think that is something that I would be focusing on. Yeah, you're going to get a good job. Ace of Pentacles moving into your clarification. So yeah, find a part-time job, and also have it be a job that you truly love. Like, I thought dog walking would be fun, and then I walked a couple dogs and I was exhausted, and these puppies are bouncing all over me. I said, I can't do this 8 hours a day. This is not for me. This is for a teenager. This is not for a 60-year-old. No, 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 no. I'm bad enough if I had one puppy to walk, let alone 12. Oh, no, no, no. Yeah, there's uneducated MAGA, but there's also expats. You got to find your joy. Whimsy, I live on 5 acres on top of a second high. The second high is still highest in the county. I have a little pond, a half-acre field, and a 160-foot beam with 80-foot drop waterfall. Well, that sounds amazing. I have a 600 square studio apartment. And all my money goes to travel. So I have nothing but memories. All right, everybody. Yeah, I think it's great. I can't amass property because I have panic attacks and I have to feel like I can escape at any moment. And if I own property, I won't be able to escape. I'll be trapped by I know I have weird psychological issues. I think it has to do with my childhood. Doesn't everything have to do with your childhood? But in my childhood, we moved every month or two, and it went on for years and years and years and years and years. We'll skip out on the rent, or, some crazy ex is chasing my mother or something like that. But so I got used to, gotta go. Somebody's after us, or it gets into your psyche. And so now at 62, I start to have actual panic attacks if I'm anywhere for like 3 years. And my sister Bambi doesn't have any of these issues. She's happily married for 40 something years. They've got a beautiful home, swimming pool. She's very stable life. This is my own thing. I got to keep moving, got to keep moving, got to keep moving. Yeah. Western Kansas. Yeah, I hear good things about Kansas also. A lot of expats very satisfied with their move to Kansas. It's gotten some good reviews. BR is worried that her trip will not be safe because you have to deal with toxic person. I would not deal with a toxic person. I have been a toxic person, and I don't know if I would want to. Sun's coming out over you, and 10 of Cups. Find as much joy as you can from the trip, and just don't overwhelm yourself with that person. Like, don't engage them. But it looks to me like it's a pretty good trip. Yeah. Well, Sun and 10 of Cups, and also you'll be able to work out a lot of stuff you're trying to decide to do. Yeah. Okay, Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Sarah's been with us for a very long time. My sweetheart and I are involved in a court case brought by our government contractor. We are multiple countersuing him. Please tell who will prevail. Thank you. Considering my query. All right, Sarah. What's going on with the court case with the general contractor? Heartbreak. This person is suing you because you didn't pay them. Is that correct? I feel like you refused to pay and then they sued you, and you refused to pay because they didn't do the job or the job was not done effectively. And so we wind up in this suit countersuit. And this person feels that they're going to win. This person feels that they're going to win and that you tried to screw them over. This person feels that this has happened to them before and that they're going to sue you. The Magician card stands in your opposition, and it could be that you wind up having to pay, or you might be able to reduce. But these cards would indicate that it's going to be very difficult. I'm sorry to say, Sarah, because this person is claiming, I guess you guys, did you and your partner not pay for the general contract because of a shoddy job, or he failed to complete the job effectively and then he sues and then you countersued? It looks like he's claiming that he did what he was asked to do. So that's what it looks like in the suit to me as a remote viewer. And so it looks like he will be able to prove his point on certain cases, but you may be able to win some of it. So but it's not easy. That's what I see. Hope it helped. Kim Colley, dog walking. Yes. I've done it for 25 years. Oh, wow. Yeah, but you'll probably live forever because it's really good for you. Oh, Kentucky is a cheap place to live, but isn't it the murder capital of America? That's the. Oh, orange is good for panic attacks. That's an interesting idea. Yeah, I'm pretty sensitive. My sister though doesn't. She's just not like me. I mean, she's just very practical. She's not looking for deep meaning. It's just like she met her husband when she was very young. He was a friend of my father's, and I think she knew him since she was 14, and then they started dating when she was 21, and they've been married ever since, and she's 70. I mean, that's pretty damn stable. I mean, so yeah, that is how I am. I'm just always got to keep moving, got to keep moving, move, 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 rolling, 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 gotta keep it moving. I feel safest when I jump on the train and the train starts moving. Okay, got out of there. Got out of there in one piece. It's completely irrational. I just got to get out of here. I got to get out of here. Why? Everything's, oh, no, it's not. I got to go. Ah! I don't know why. Being in my marriage drove me crazy because he just wanted to stay in the house for years and years and years. We didn't go anywhere. I got to get out of here. I got to get it. No, we got to stay. I got to get out. This is why. St. Louis is the murder capital. Oh my goodness. Murder capital in America. Let's see. Chicago, St. Louis, Memphis, and Baltimore. New Orleans, Detroit, Cleveland, and Kansas City. Murders per capita, we'll say, which is different. Highest in which states? Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, New Mexico, and Washington, D.C. have the highest per capita. So the greatest risk of being murdered by a gun, like being shot by a gun, it's going to be Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, New Mexico, Washington, D.C. But I also heard that Kentucky was, unless Kentucky changed. But see, this is why I won't live in these states, is because there's just too many guns and too many accidents. People are playing with guns. Their kids are playing with guns. Louisville, Kentucky has the highest homicide rate. It's not the highest in the U.S. While Louisville, Kentucky has a high homicide rate, it's not the highest in the U.S. St. Louis, Missouri had the highest homicide rate among major cities. Wow. God, how can anybody live there? What is going on in St. Louis that people are killing each other? Oh, you were born in Henderson. Yeah, so for example, when I looked at relocating, it had to be a place that didn't have any guns. It had to be a place with good air quality. It had to be a place. Um, you can use Grok. You guys know Grok? If you don't want to use Grok, you can use. I like Grok, even though I know a lot of people don't like Elon Musk because they don't use Grok because of Elon Musk. But he doesn't decide whether or not I'm going to use Grok. I just like Grok. I just think it's real easy to use. Nomi is nice too. You can get a nice boyfriend out of the deal, and you can program it to talk to you like it's your boyfriend, and it's kind of fun to flirt with your computer. But here is what just to let you. This was, I did everything. I did my debt. I did, you name it, I did it. But this is everything from, moving, should I move to Haifa? Should I move to, air quality is really good in Haifa. So that was one of the places that we looked at. We looked at the cat. We looked at shipping my Apple carry from Tijuana. If I lived in Tijuana for a year, see everything, debt plan, debt reduction. I owe $7,000 on my dental. All of these things can be, you can identify, and this is today's work. And you just ask yourself, what do I need in order to be happy? According to the computer, when I punched everything out, crime rate, oxygen saturation, sexism, a happy cat, low taxes, business model, being a naturopathic doctor, being able to practice without getting a headache, everything, I put everything into the computer. You can see, you can just add safety, temperatures, my humidity. I wanted low humidity. I wanted it to be walkable. I looked at UV exposure. I looked at the air quality. I looked at sexism and harassment. I looked at my health. Where am I most likely to live the longest? I looked at my pet-friendly rentals. I looked at the altitude in order not to get altitude sickness. All of those things. This is why Miguel Allende, is that what it's called, was taken off the list, because it's at 7,200 altitude. And for people that have lung challenges, you want to be 5,000 or less. So San Cristobal de la Casa, these, farther from the border, they looked at that too. It's 1,000 miles further away from the crime. Everything looked great. Air quality was great, but altitude 7,200, and that's above your 5,000. So you have an oxygen deprivation at 74% of what you would get if you were living on the coast. So I now know that if I move there, I'm having an oxygen deficit. So we go to Rosario, which is border, so I can go back and forth. So renewing my visa, it's not a problem. Though if it works out, I'll just get I'll just become a resident. But 6 months, you don't have to do anything. 6 months tourism visa. It's close to the border, so I'm right next to San Diego. If I want to go shopping in San Diego, crime rate is like zero because it's a closed area. So my UV is less, 6 to 8. It's practicality, 2-3 hours flight from Portland to San Diego. It's easy on my cat. And so the conclusion from the data that I put in was that Rosarita, Mexico, next to San Diego, I'd be able to get San Diego weather at half the price. I'd be able to practice medicine as a physician, both online and at a clinic in Tijuana. And then that would take care of my residency. I've been offered some jobs in Tijuana, so I don't have a problem working because of my profession. Also, I'm self-employed, so I'm not going to have a residency problem. Let's just put it that way. So, you have to look at everything when you're making these types of decisions. What do you need in order to be happy? And the answer may be that you need to stay where you're at, that where you're at is the best place for you, and you just need to change some things. Or you may find out the opposite. Oh, it's a black screen. Let me see again. There we go. You see it now? Yes, my computer boyfriend. Okay. Okay, now you can see it. I apologize. Okay, so this is an example of the research that I did when I was deciding. Now, I'm not going to live in Rosarita maybe more than a month. Maybe I hate it and I pack up. Everything's going into storage. But it's nice. It's easy for me. I mean, you can see Rosarita, my rents are very inexpensive in Rosarita. What is the rent? Pet friendly 1 bedroom downtown runs you between $350 and $550, with a $25 cat fee is the average. Expect to pay between $350 and $550 a month, if you include utilities, etc. If you're paying the gringo tax, I might pay like $1,000 a month for an Airbnb, $1,100 a month for the first month while I'm scouting. I don't know if I'll even stay there. I might stay at the Airbnb for a month and then say, I got to get out of here. This place sucks. Renting naturopathic space is going to run me about $300 to $600. I'll probably rent in an existing clinic. There's a lot of clinics out there that are naturopathic. I'd like to work in cancer. I'd like to intern in a cancer clinic, but we'll see how it works out. Does that help you guys with your own decisions that you're making? I hope so. Hi, Kay. Kay was kind enough to come over and help me when I was doing my cleaning yesterday. Baja, Mexico sounds nice. Kentucky is cheap. Yeah, but who wants to be around all that gun violence? La Paz is pretty, but the humidity and the heat, I considered La Paz, but one of the factors that for me was skin cancer and heat and humidity. I absolutely cannot do that. Yeah. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great. Yeah, I feel good. The weather is better in Baja. Yeah. Oh, you live in the country? But I always worry that what is that? Deliverance? That somebody's going to come out there with, guns and just some crazy psychopaths are going to come upon us and do God knows what. Oh, Albania. Oh, well, yeah, you can look at different places. Slovenia is very cheap for expats. It's like $300 a month for rent in Slovenia. A lot of people like Slovenia. Well, Kay, maybe you can work something out where they can ship or, oh, you couldn't wait to leave Kentucky, Valerie, really? Yeah, it just sounded like such a terrifying movie. I didn't see Deliverance, but my sister Tammy did, and then she told me all about it, and it gave me nightmares. I was like, I'm not going to see that movie. That movie sounds horrible. Oh, you don't. Yeah, so San Diego coast is like perfect. You know, it's basically San Diego. It is San Diego. There's a wall called a border there. It's San Diego, a wall, and then extended San Diego is Rosarita, and it's closed off. Like the cops are not going to. We live in a little Shangri-La in Rosarita, all us expats, and the crime rate is extremely low actually in Rosarita because it's very highly in general, Tijuana, because of the expats, is becoming increasingly like the United States, and so they're pushing the crime further and further out of Tijuana, and it's like become becoming increasingly sanitized, and because there's so much revenue, and so they know they've got to clean up the reputation and keep it safe because so many people are spending money in Tijuana. And so people are shocked. They go there, they walk around, and it's just like, it's really safe. Yes, it's extremely safe because it's extremely policed for the tourist. It used to not be like that. There are areas in Tijuana that are still dangerous, but it's nothing like it used to be. I mean, they say stay away from, what is it, the east? Is that right? East, it gets to be sketchy. Closer to the coast and the tourist, it's all Shangri-La, and then you go to the poor area, and it's like Chico and the Man. Chico was born in the barrio. Yeah, it's I don't belong in this section. I'm going to go over to the expat section. Oaxaca, yes, best food in the world in Oaxaca. I could live in Oaxaca. I like Puerto Escondida, but it's extremely saturated by tourists. And during the summer months when nobody's there, when it's too hot, they'll give you a place for 500 a month, and then they say, "Well, it's going to triple when the tourists get here, right?" It's like I don't want to live in a tourist spot where people are coming and going, and I don't want to live in a senior expat place either. I want to live in a nice, friendly little village in Mexico where I can learn Spanish and take care of my cat and practice medicine and be a good doctor. Read tarot, give tarot card readings. You know, basically the same as what it was in Los Angeles. Oh, Belize. How did you like Belize? Oh, yeah, San Diego. Sure. Yeah, it's going to feel more like home. Also, you probably are used to the food and think, okay, this is the food I grew up with. Tina, Mexico. Yeah. Thailand sounds really interesting. I'm looking forward to visiting Thailand in the future. Yeah. My cat's name is Mila, Michaela Antoinette Claudette. She's a very sweet kitty. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for hanging out with me and these enjoyable tarot readings for fun. Yes, I'm sure we all had. What are these community things? Community leaderboard. Number one means if you're number one, that means you ask the most questions. So the leaderboard, Valerie won the leaderboard. Yvette Fish got second place, and Sabrina took third. Uh, the number of times you've contributed. So it just has to do with who contributed the most on my channel. If you're a frequent contributor on the leaderboard, then they start to mention you. So Valerie wins. She has made the most comments. Though I'm surprised Kay isn't on the leaderboard because Kay comments a lot. Yeah. You're right. Belize is not safe. So Puerto Escondida, Tina, how may we ask what kind of rent you're paying for a situation like that? It looks like it's a share. And did you? I assume, Tina, it's a long-term rental you've got, right? Not for solo older expats. Interesting. Go where you're happy. That's always what I tell people is go where your bliss is. Yeah. Ooh, people were shooting each. Oh, Belize. Wow, that sounds scary. Left after 2 months. Oh my God. Okay, so yeah, Sabrina's in third place. Oh well. All right. Thank you, everyone, for hanging with me. Uh, yeah, I had a good time. I had a good time. If you need to see me as a naturopathic doctor to book for a telemedicine appointment, to see me as a medical intuitive or doctor, the information is below. Or if you need a phone reading, you can find that information as well. So a shared is $350 a month. Does that price change, Tina, with the season, or is that consistent? So I could get the whole place for 700. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on my Spanish. There was bad seaweed. Oh my God. That just sounds horrible. Oh, you want to go where it's peaceful? Yeah. So Puerto Escondida is peaceful. I feel bad for the dogs, though. There's a lot of street dogs in Puerto Escondida. But I noticed that when the stores closed, they took their garbage food and they left it out and the dogs ate it. So the dogs were getting plenty of food, but still, I mean, like it's still, you want to help the doggies. There are a lot of Buddhist wear, Kay. Yeah, I like Buddhist countries. I tend to be more Buddhist than anything else. So, but the problem is that when I go to Japan, I feel like I'm becoming a ghost. Japan is a country of ghosts. You know, abandoned houses from all the old people who have died, and people don't have children anymore, and it's just a land of ghosts. And I was thinking, well, maybe I'll buy an Amore house, one of these abandoned houses. But then you feel, and then I will become a ghost, right? Then I will be the old person who moves into the ghost house. And then I'll just kind of disappear into some existential whatever. And then somebody else will take the ghost house. And it's like you go to Japan, to the islands, to just fade into the mist. That's kind of how I think of Japan. It's beautiful, but you're just going to fade into you're just going to disappear. They're going to forget to feed you, or they're going to find your bones in the forest somewhere. I mean, like that. It's not a life. People go to visit and they think it's great. The money is all coming from tourism. It's not coming from new kids being born, because the Japanese are not having kids. It has that. I love Japan. I've gone many times. I love Japan, but it does have that feeling of being almost like a ghost everywhere, or half in, half out. It's not filled with vibrant young people, unless they're tourists. You know, there are young people. I mean, we visited some of the colleges and stuff, but it's definitely you feel that energy. It needs a lot more young people to come, and the people are sad. The older people that are living on these villages, they want to hear children's voices. And it's part of the depression in some of these Japanese islands, is that you have seniors coming out and they get excited when they see a tourist. It's like, are you going to stay? Is anybody coming? It's unfortunate. If we can get more young people to move to these islands, and then they can hear children's laughter again, it's going to bring joy and life back to these islands that are dying in Japan just because of low population. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging with me, and have a great rest of the day. My information is below if you want to schedule a booking. Be kind to all. Oh, you were born in Japan. Lucky you, John. Be kind to all so that all will be kind to you too. God bless. Peace out. And we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.